sapiosexual. You get me? So
You are what?
I'm sapiosexual.
I just feel anybody that calls themselves sapiosexual are just prostitution. But just
No, we are
Wait,
not.
sorry. What?
anytime I hear
Sexual-
that word, I just feel he's like
Like I didn't hear the word.
Nah.
What was that?
that is what it means. But
being-
when anytime I hear that word, most of the
Attracted
people I've
to
met and they've
smart
used
people.
that word, they're all hoes.
Okay.
It's Kiss on Glasses.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another amazing edition of the Gist on Glasses podcast. We're back here in the studio to give you amazing talks. And of course, I'm not here alone. I have the full team with me for the very first time in a long time. How far, guys? How you guys doing? What's happening? What's in the happen? My people.
I've been waiting for this for a long
Deep
time.
diver.
I
Much love.
doing very well.
Yeah.
Jilo, what's in the happen? Why are you quiet like this?
I am doing very well.
Okay, no one. Of course, there's
Alright.
myself, MC Youth, and Kashim, the deep diver.
I love you guys.
Good.
Then the beautiful and delectable, amazing Messi. When I clap for this guy, I know I'm too proud. I'm too proud. I
Alright.
don't feel clap. And the law, of course, it's just the law. It's normal the law that is here.
All right.
The law. Okay, guys. Today we're going to be having a conversation about sleeping your way to the top.
About what?
Sleeping your way to the top.
Okay. Before we delve into the topic, I want to ask a general question, and I need everybody to be honest with me. And the question is in two phases. Have you ever paid for sex, and have you ever been paid for sex? I need you guys to help me answer that. Starting with Mercy. It's just you're close to me now. We are good friends.
I've never paid my way for sex.
You never paid for sex.
Yeah, I've never paid for sex.
Yeah,
I've never been paid for sex.
but they don't pay transport for you. No,
That's none of your business.
no.
bro.
I just it just popped into my head. I went to the doctors the other day, and one of the questions she asked, what she was mandated to ask
Ask.
when she was trying to find out according to her sexual history, she said, "Have you ever been paid for sex?" I said, "No."
Is it a research? Because it has to be a research.
No,
or-
it's not research. She was just trying to find out. Well, maybe it's a part of
It has to be
it
a
has to be
research
like
because
part
I
of
don't think
research.
I don't think there's no legal there's no medical reason for her to ask you if you've been paid if someone has paid you for sex or you yes.
Okay, so-
you cannot just
So I told her no. But I'll tell you what she said after I told her no. But can you please answer the question? Have you ever paid for sex or been?
I cannot pay for sex. In my
But you
life,
don't buy Indomie for the girl before you.
I
don't-
cannot buy anything for you.
You
It's a
know,
mutual-
she,
it's a- no,
after the knack, she
I'm
don't
not,
go.
in fact, that's you see the thing is I don't first of all I don't even fuck with broke girls. That's one.
Hey, more.
No, I don't.
When are they here, but girls?
I don't even talk to you if you are broke because like I cannot be paying your transport. Why? If you first of all, sex is a mutual thing. Do you understand?
Okay.
So you are not doing me a favor. Neither am I doing you a favor. We are both collaborating to cohabit. So if you cannot afford your basic needs as a person, then you are not on my level.
All
Now
right.
look for
Okay.
somebody on
Over
my
to you,
level.
Kashim.
Deep diver. I don't call you Cashew.
But of course,
Well, it's like
have you ever paid for sex? Don't try to. Which one is?
I'm like a healer. So like
God help us. God, what is this? What is the meaning of it?
yeah, like taking the pressure off, But like
Wow. Did you hear that? Do you take the pressure? I think that's the way next time I'll ask this question. Okay, look, now thinking about it now, it's like taking the pressure off now. I'm thinking,
yeah.
taking your way to the top, maybe it's not such a bad idea. You might just be taking the pressure off.
Oh,
Yeah. You may
I mean, well,
that's a lot of pressure to take off.
there's taking the pressure off, then there's sex for progress. So
Thanks for progress.
there's sex for progress and there's taking the pressure off. So
okay.
for me now, taking the pressure off, I've never had to like, monetize it or put a price tag. So it's always been, it's been straight.
You know what? with all this explanation, the reason why I asked this question, I can't remember it anymore. So let's just go back. Let's just go back to sleeping away to the top. And for me personally, sleeping away to the top, I don't think it's sustainable. Like, I don't think it's sustainable practice because, like it or not, especially in the corporate world, you find stories of, I wanted to a lady or a guy, they want to advance, and they are qualified. Probably they haven't qualified for the position, but the conditions that you have to play ball, and they do it, but it's not sustainable. There's only so far you can go. Like as far
I
as
don't even think you can even. Well, you can look at it from a lot of perspectives, but personally, I don't. If you work with someone like me, because I'm more.
but not everybody is you.
That's the problem.
Speaking for himself.
You understand?
Mm.
If you work in a space that I function, you understand that people, everybody around me, is somebody that is bringing something to the table. Like you cannot be in the same room with me, have business conversations if you are stupid or you're dumb. So there's no way you can if you work in my industry closely, there's no way you can sleep your way to the top. Because am I going to sleep with you and then you now become my boss? Do you understand? You cannot become my guy just because of sex now. So you just have to be smarter than me.
You know why I feel like this topic is very significant is because, like, the truth is that, let's just be honest, ladies, women especially, like, have been confronted. Well, most successful ladies, the first thing that comes to mind when you say successful lady, a lot of times, is the general opinion on that lady is, man, she had to have slept. Like, man, how did she get?
But you know it's not always true, right?
No, of course, I know it's not always true, and that's why I said I don't think it's and that's why I say I don't think it's sustainable. Like, I know it's not always true, but that's why I say I don't think it's sustainable. Yes, there are people who want to sleep their way to the top. They think it's a viable means of advancement.
That's the only strategy they
they
have.
know. But how far can you go? But wait, before we continue, I want to ask Messi a personal question now. Like, have you ever been confronted, like, in a situation where you were thinking, where you were given this thing of, just generally now, because I know, okay, if I'm going to talk sexual harassment, I know there's something you would have experienced, but, like, looking at the context now, have you ever been confronted with the issue of, like, you wanted to get something, you needed to advance, whether in the career, or you just needed to get, and this person was like, well, you have to play ball. Like,
You needed to pass a course.
or you, like, help him take the pressure off, like Kashimo.
No, it can't be like me. So as long as it's-
I have. It's just God that no training that gets me.
So you get home training like this. I know you.
No, you don't.
I know you. I saw it. Never mind. But I just wanted to ask because I feel like a lot of women like go through this, and because a lot of women go through this, that they are always presented with this
opportunity.
I
like,
know, of course. When you talk about the concept of sleeping your way to the top, it is only an opportunity for women. How many men would have a reason to sleep their way to the top?
don't say that, Sha.
No, it's the truth. First of all, how many women are in positions to enable you to sleep your way to the top?
Okay, the power imbalance is very wide.
Almost
like,
every industry is male dominated.
Yes.
Even in the supposedly female industries. When you talk about female industries, that's like the beauty industry and all of that.
a lot of times the men that call the shots,
Men
like from
call
the
the
back
shots.
end, they're the ones
From the
that
back
are
end.
the like.
You understand?
Calling
So,
shot. Wait, what?
men call the shots.
Okay, I heard something
What are,
different.
what are you thinking?
It's not me. It's a podcast.
I don't say back shot.
I
I
know
say
the-
call the shots.
No, the reason I asked Messi that
I'm
question
going to
is
use this
that
podcast on now very soon.
but where they go. So the reason I asked that question is that when women get presented with these opportunities often, and it's a common knowledge that women are presented with this issue, it's easy to now, because that's how narratives start to change over time. You know, when we're talking about ESA stuff the other time, they tell you something before you know the story don't change. So by the time we know that, okay, women are always presented, before long, some other people now start getting the idea. You sure say, last, how many women when they go offer this thing when they go green up to just sit down, lie down, spread, broom.
No,
They
honestly
do-
speaking, I think majority of women will take the opportunity if they have it. It's just like at some point maybe the opportunity never presents itself.
You know, I was having this talk with my sister earlier this week. It was like I was just trying to get into her mindset, and I was like, "Why do you think that every successful woman always has like a rumor or a backstory that she had to sleep with someone to get there?" And it's like, do you really think that it happens that way, or it's like it's actually her intention, or do you think that people that are just behind it? Like, I need to know from her perspective now. I think even from general perspective, like, how big do we think this like opportunities, these so-called opportunities or these so-called conditions are for women in the
I,
whatever world.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's a big space because they've actually created an industry from
Mm.
it.
And actually, wait,
The,
truth is that
the banking industry runs on sleeping your way to the top and
who told you?
my brother.
Who told
that's
you?
what it is.
Who told you?
That is what it was. Have you worked in the
Like I've heard some rumors from
But,
the banking
you said
industry. Yeah.
there's something you said just now.
Yeah.
We are not saying it's not all of them. If 7 out of out of 7 people, if out of 10 people, if 7 people are doing something, you are going to generalize and say, okay, that's how it is. What are you saying?
I wanted Mercy to actually respond to what Kashim like asked. The question you said you were asking your sister. I don't know if you can repeat that. So that she can
Okay,
hear,
so
like,
it was like I wanted to get like her own opinion. It's like how big does she think this scandal is about sex to the top? Like, does she really think it's a real background story for every successful woman, or does she really is it just really like a scam or a rumor just to keep people down?
I feel like most of the time, from my experience, I feel like it's a rumor
Mm.
because in a society where they've always looked down on the capacity of what a woman can do, so I feel like most of them are rumors. Like me now, I worked in a phone company at home, and rumors had it that I slept with my bosses to get to the top, like to get a promotion.
Wow.
And it was not like that. They just naturally liked me and be like, oh, let's increase her salary.
Fine
Let's
girl
put her-
privilege.
Thank you very much. Let's put her in this position. She looks like she's capable of doing it. So I feel like most of the time, and sometimes,
It's just fine girl privilege.
So
I
like
know, I know.
no, which kind is a human thing?
It's fine girl privilege.
I know there's one thing she said I really like. Like we live in a society that constantly tries to devalue the work of a woman. In the minds of a lot of people, I'm not going to say just say in the minds of a lot of people, like they cannot rationalize. The only way they can rationalize a successful woman in terms of her career. I'm not now never whether it doesn't matter right now. I'm not even discussing whether she's successful at home, whether she's a good wife at home. It doesn't matter. I don't even care about that. Now I'm talking about a successful woman. Let's leave out whatever else, whatever label I want to give to this woman. The only way they can rationalize it is that it's just saying that they do this thing. I should just do. They just increase that girl's salary. They just increase her salary. They just promote her.
like
I feel like women were our problems because sometimes because they feel like they've slept with people to get to the top, they will now feel like, oh, this person is doing the same thing. Do you understand?
It's a system
easy to
problem.
forget.
Everybody has to be doing
Yeah.
it because I must have done it at one point.
If
Like-
that is the only way, because you see life through the mirrors of yourself and your own eyes. So if that is how you got there, you naturally assume that every other person that is there got there through that means. So you cannot blame them for thinking that way. And well,
like personally, when I see a woman that is like successfully administered or has like put herself there, it's always that like me growing up now. I think I grew up around a lot of successful women, especially my aunties. So like seeing them going through what they went through, like learning, it was like, okay, you know, when auntie this thing is doing this, and it's like, wow, she's really good. So that's like kind of impacted my worldview. Now, so when I say successful woman, it doesn't necessarily translate into okay, who bent her over in the office desk or something.
God, like
Yeah, but but that's the scenario that it happens in.
and
Or
bending over happens though. We're
Yeah,
not
bending
saying it
over-
doesn't happen, but
so to
yeah.
me, it's always like, okay, maybe she was able to create a
Check,
certain
when I-
amount of value for the company,
sorry,
and
when
then
I
they were like,
when I was
push
when I
her
was,
forward.
sorry to cut you. When I was
Yeah.
when I brought up the whole industry of the banking industry, how they've been able to make an entire industry out of sexualization. People were saying, it's not everybody. It's not everybody. Now you are saying they are bending somebody over.
It's not me that said it. Shebi is Kashim that said it.
But you
But
seconded it.
I better get out. The thing is that one thing I think another issue that also like brings this narrative is the idea people tend to sexualize a lot, and especially women.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons for sexual harassment, because ladies will go to places that are just on their own. For instance, now I was seeing a movie the other day. There was a scene whereby this lady went to the bar. She was smoking and drinking. She was just alone. Next thing, a guy just walked up to her and said, you are here on your own, alone. We know what's up now. After how much you go collect. And I was like, you don't even know this woman like from anywhere. You just assume she was there like to get paid for sex and all of those things. So I think there's a lot of sexualization of women.
Yeah.
Like there's just, for a lot of people, even if I feel a lot of people fail to see recognize women beyond the idea of like they are good for sex.
Sexualization.
Yeah, they just sexualize them like they're good. So when they see that person successful, so the only capacity they can think, and I also feel though that's why some girls will come and tell us, "What do you bring to the table?" Me, like
I'm the table.
There's no. Let me tell you something. There's nobody. I've been around for a few decades. Do you understand?
So you don't old like this, so babanla.
Yeah,
Hey.
like you. Nobody sexualizes women like women. Nobody.
Really?
Nobody.
Please do tell us. I'm actually quite curious to like.
When women take pictures and they are standing in the frame as if they want to take free kick, they are doing like this. What are they doing? They are sexualizing them.
They are putting their goose out there.
So what is that? Now market,
It's
Abi.
just a posture.
It is not just a
Because
posture.
show.
Which pose?
If the girl do like this now, say okay, more do.
That's what we are
They'll
saying.
come to they go complain, say actually that girl they do like
That's what we
man.
are saying.
She do
Nobody-
like this now, they give one at the angles.
Nobody sexualizes women like women. Women are their own.
You can say.
I can agree to that.
No, I can say.
Wearing revealing clothes.
Yeah.
Does contribute to like
That's what. Is it not sexualization? Already they've already seen. Let me tell you, a lot of women have never seen themselves beyond a sexual POV. They've never seen themselves. Most of when you ask women just assume that naturally men should do things for them. Why? Because they are women. Do you understand? Some women. I don't hear some women talk.
But yeah, that sexual POV is strong.
Do you understand? They've already diminished themselves to the level where the only thing that most women these days can provide for you is sex. I remember when I was.
Well, wait, I want to ask a question. So, do you think that the only thing most women can provide for you is sex? Do you think that that's their capacity?
Actually, yes, I actually think so because you know why I say so. Let me tell you. When we're in school, No. Yes, we need each other, but I need you to be intelligent enough for me to need you. I cannot need an idiot.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Of course, we know that a lot of them think that that's what they can offer. But you looking at the makeup of us human beings, that you see a woman and think that beyond sex, this is all she can offer. You know,
when I meet people, what I look out for is your intelligence. If I feel, first of all, if you're even stupid, you are not going to be around me for over 5-10 minutes. We're not going to have a conversation because once I recognize that you're an idiot, a lot of human beings are idiots, are stupid.
Like
the average human being is a fool, is an idiot. If you engage in a conversation with him or her, you see the reason why you shouldn't even talk to this person. This person is an idiot. He's going to waste your time. So when I meet people, first of all, I look out I'm sapiosexual. You get me? So
you are what?
I'm sapiosexual.
I just feel anybody that calls themselves sapiosexual, just prostitute, but just
No, we are
wait,
not.
sorry.
anytime I hear that word, I just feel it's like
I didn't hear the word.
Nah.
What was that?
that is what it means. But when anytime I hear that word, most of the people I've met and they've
smart
used
people.
that word, they're all hoes.
Okay.
I'm just putting that out there. I'm not trying to denigrate anybody, but almost all the people, 80%, 90%, don't look at me like that.
No, I'm not looking at
They are
you.
hoes. They are hoes. When you say sapiosexual, I said these ones are hoes.
How do you say they are hoes? Because first of all, let me debunk what you're saying.
No, wait, let's hear the reason.
Just leave it like that.
Let me debunk.
Give us.
Let me debunk what you're saying. Let me
Okay.
debunk what you're saying. First of all, we have
Alright.
few intelligent people in the world. Do you understand? We have very, very few intelligent people. Now, sapiosexual people are only sexually attracted to intelligent people. So it means that our options, even if you say we want to be hoes, our options are highly limited.
So you never mind.
Do you understand? So you cannot say we are hoes.
Can I ask?
When we check dictionary.
Make I ask question.
All right.
Wait, more ask question.
You go and check. I know.
Okay.
So I want to ask a question. If given the opportunity, would you sleep your way to the top? Like really? If
No.
it was
Are you
feasible.
asking me?
No.
Yeah, everybody, I'm asking everyone.
Can
If
you
it was
answer first?
feasible,
No, you
like
shouldn't do
something
it.
that will work, sure or
I wish I want to.
You shouldn't do
wish
it.
I would do it, but the truth is, I'm straight. I'm a straight man.
it doesn't matter
No,
whether
it matters. Let me tell you why it matters.
It doesn't matter.
Wait, allow me to.
it
finish
doesn't
talking.
whether straight or
Let me
bent.
tell you why it matters. The reason why it matters is because first of all, I'm a straight man. It
Uh-huh.
means that I can only sleep with women.
And with women,
Now, if I want to sleep on way to the top, in my industry, how many women are in the top?
it doesn't matter. If I'm not,
That's what I'm saying.
This is you are preempting. That's what you are doing.
Preempting?
You are
What?
preempting. I'm giving you an
Okay, wait,
I'm
wait,
giving
wait,
you an
wait.
hypothetical situation.
First
You are
of all, as
preempting.
an artist,
Let
you
me-
understand. Wait, Clinton, wait.
It's not about being an
Clinton,
artist.
wait, Clinton,
Answer,
wait.
just
Clinton,
answer
wait,
a question.
wait. I am
It's
answering
a
your
hypothetical
question.
situation.
I am asking
You've
your
not,
question.
you've not answered my
I am
question.
an artist. How many women in the industry
You are
are
preempting.
record executives?
You are preempting.
In Nigeria
Wait.
today, how many women can
You
give
are
me a record deal?
You are preempting. I'm
I am
asking a hypothetical question. I said if it was feasible. Look at my life. I said if it was feasible, sure odds. You go do, Abi, you no go
You see
do.
all these kind. Wait, first
No,
of all,
he said no,
make
no,
I
no,
answer
no,
you. Make I
no.
answer you.
Uh-huh.
May I answer you.
Uh-huh.
You see all these hypothetical questions. I don't like them. You know why? Wait.
No,
Wait, make I talk. I don't like hypothetical questions because you don't make any sense. Don't be like say today and you call the time you say if we pick 10 billion, we don't fit pick 10 billion.
It doesn't matter now.
Do you understand? I'm a practical
God.
human being. I'm very
Can
practical.
you answer the question? You go do sure odds.
I don't think I will need to because I don't think
Hey,
I will
you
not.
go
I will
do,
not.
Abi,
I
you
will
no go
not.
do.
I will
Okay.
not go do am.
You no go do one.
Okay.
I dey eye you from this my glasses.
Because if I
and I-
want answer the question, see, we are not
because
children
it is
anymore,
because
we
you
are
are
adults.
it is because you are preempting. That's why you are thinking too. Let me tell you, when I was in law school, but they will tell us that they will give you a scenario. Ade went to the market. Ade now slapped Mrs. Yanga. Nobody asked you to now say what if
I get your point.
Mrs. Yanga said. Nobody's asking you
Okay.
that. We are saying this is a hypothetical situation. Give us this is the legal principle.
I will not. Kashim, you
You
answer.
will not. You will
Now,
not.
thinking about this question, but there's something that I remember my auntie telling me.
Yeah.
She was like, "What you
Yeah,
do in
what?
the darkness leaves a shadow in the sunlight."
Come on.
So it was like,
God.
Deep dive on it.
so thinking about that question, but it's like, now having put myself in a position where I submit myself to a lot of actions just to move forward, or it's for me, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To be honest, I know like I like to take my time with things. So being in that position now where it's like I have to do it to move forward, and if I do it as good as I expect myself to do,
You
why would
don't
that
need
person
to.
let me go to the next level?
You don't need to. I don't.
So-
Okay, so you won't sleep your way to the top. If
I
you
don't
had
see
your-
the reason. That's what I was saying. I don't see
No.
the reason why I would.
What about you too, Mercy? Will you sleep your way to the top? It's not about a piece of
Even though
mind.
the options are available to you. Guys,
No, the reason I asked this question, I asked that question because of there's a lot of when I look at that sleeping your way to the top, even the idea of trying to offer somebody position, it has a lot to do with power dynamics.
yes.
Because most times it's not because sometimes the
It's
person
not
that
because
won't-
of the sex.
You're not because of the sex. You just want to. You see somebody. I will hear men, matured men that have children. They'll say, that woman, she's the CEO of this. They say, forget. Now me see
Na me dey
they
knack am.
see they put her for grand. As in, I'm like, what does that even
It's
mean?
just power dynamics.
So it's power
like you
dynamics.
said.
So
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the things I've promised myself I was never going to do in my life is use my position in life at whatever level to take advantage of someone or bully someone or oppress someone. And I hate bullying so much. I've promised myself in this life, if you don't, anybody that is going to work with me or be in my team or do anything with me, you have to know the work. You guys know the work. I'm not going to give you any privileges because you are a woman or because of any other reason. Do you understand? I remember one time my friend. You say what?
She shake breast. Come.
If what?
Like that sticker when I did.
that your mumu sticker. I go delete that thing for your phone.
God, if you near my phone.
We had our producer Steve Akila. He was doing sound for Plateau. What be that thing? Carnival.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was Carnival 1 year, and then the organization of the event was very bad. It was like poor and all of that. It was not done professionally and all of that. So it was a big deal because there was crowd and we needed stage management and all of that. So I just decided to step in and I was the stage manager for the event. And that day, Ice Prince came to perform. There was Jesse Jags and a few other guys that came in to perform, and it was rowdy. Why? Because initially they didn't have a program. It was not organized. So all the artists backstage it was a crowd. Everybody wanted to perform and all of that. So I got in and then I started to like manage the crowd, manage the stage. And do you know that some of those boys started to beg me? They were literally begging me like, senior man, how far now? Make I find you something. I mean, you call me first. I'm like, there's a lot of people. I can't take money from you. I'm an artist, so I don't want to sow the seed. Do you understand? Let me not sow the seed, and then I go for an event, and somebody backstage tells me that no, they are not going to let me perform till I sort them out. I'm not going to ever pay anybody. Do you understand? I'm not going to ever pay anybody to perform. So I'm not going to sow the seed and start reaping it in the future and act like I did not know what I was doing. You know, so it is like you were saying, is a power thing.
Yeah,
Some people
because
just want to oppress other people.
I feel it's power play. It's not about the sex, and I feel that is why you see when they talk about the profile of a successful woman is being unveiled. If you check the comment section, what a lot of people are concerned about is no, not even that. Is she married? And they are not asking whether she's married because she's lonely or not. They are only concerned that I hope say she get man when they at least that there's somebody. Of course, we know the concept of marriage. Like man is the head and all of that. So they are. So once they feel that she's not married or maybe they come here and say she's divorced, that becomes there's already a question mark on her. That becomes the question mark on her competence to handle that position, which I feel is very fucked up.
You know, when you see women in places of power, you understand that a lot of sacrifices have been made. Do you understand?
That's very true.
Yes, first of all, anybody you see in place of power, whether it be it a man or a woman, a lot of sacrifices have been made.
But
now, I understand that as Nigerians, our understanding of what sacrifice is limited. We just assume sacrifice now. Can I?
Messi, you said sex just now.
Yes, it's also a sacrifice. Yes, it is because you really don't want to do this. You understand? Because sacrifices are difficult and it's hard. So you really don't want to do this, but you just have to give in
For the sake of your business. For the sake of
Now, when you see women that's one of the problems I have when I see women in place of power, because when you see a woman in a place of power, it means that family has been sacrificed. She has sacrificed her family. There's a lot that shouldn't have happened. If you have a close look, like if you get closer to them and you get to talk, you see that there's that relationship she's supposed to have with her children, the time she's supposed to spend with her children is going to reduce. Why? Because you're going to be involved in lots of tons of meetings. You're going to have trips, business trips, and all of that, and it takes a downturn on the family, and that is why personally I don't really. It's difficult to say this. I don't really support or push for women to get in there, like to get into the
management positions.
Not management positions. To get into what's the word now? To get into some of these, let me use your
Top tier positions.
Top tier positions and all of that, because it means that a lot of sacrifices have been made. That's why when you get to hear stories of how maybe a child is being molested, you find out that the relationship between the parents, there was a vacant space. The father is looking for money, the mother is looking for money. Who's taking care of the children? Nanny. What does your nanny know? You bring a nanny from, let's say, from the village, which in most cases are the situation. A nanny is from the village, doesn't know a lot. So you need to have taken time to inform and teach the nanny. Do you understand? But what time do you have to actually do that?
You see, while I understand all of that, and that is sort of like what goes around, especially around here and all of that. My own my position on it is really about that. First of all, that is her choice. Whether she will regret it or not, that's business. We should really let people to make choices and live with them than trying so hard, because I feel it's because people are really uncomfortable. That's why the first thing they'll bring up is, okay, is she married? Is she? I'm like, well, I don't. The thing is that the thing that is in question right now is not about whether she's married. It's not about whether she made those sacrifices.
Yes.
The thing that is in question is her competence for that position. And you cannot say, okay, because she's there and she's competent for that position, she must have either slept with somebody or she needed a support from, that sort of thing, that the narrative that is being pushed around. Well, yes, there are people who take advantage of that situation, like, man, like, I can sleep my way to the top. I have the opportunity. I'm in the right space. I have the opportunity. Let me do it. And they do it. And they get to whatever extent they get to. And that is totally cool, whatever they are doing.
Sorry, I feel like women back in the day are smarter than women right now. When we were in school that time, I think one of the best students in our class academically was a girl. Do you understand? I think I remember her name. Her name is Queen. Queen she was to first position, second position. She was book smart. Now we have younger girls, younger women who cannot even score 200 in jam.
Mm.
So do you think that's why the narrative of sleeping your way to the top is coming up? Because people are looking at the numbers. Most girls, they know they pass jam. But now they
Technically.
So I think that's okay. Maybe that's why the narrative of sleeping your way to
I
the top
think
is
like
coming.
is
But
olden day women were more traditional.
They were more traditional and more
And
smarter, more intelligent.
Society was more conforming for them.
Family
So they were like,
oriented.
but then yes, right now we are social media globalizes everything. So there's not really much intimate space now to have those same women or to have women of that caliber again. It's like more like we're dealing with modernity versus traditional values when it comes to something like that.
okay. All right. Over to you, Mute.
See, before we close, just like you said, there's a level that I think a person is going to achieve if you want to use sleeping your way to the top.
Definitely.
When you use the example of the new Access Bank CEO,
Yeah.
there's no way you can tell me that woman slept her way to the top. From looking at that woman, I know that this woman knows what she's doing. I don't even know her. I don't even know her. I just saw her picture once. And for me, she looks very, very intelligent and very, very smart. So I honestly don't believe that someone like that had to sleep her way to the top.
Exactly.
It's not. I don't think it's possible
It's not
either.
possible. To be CEO of some of the biggest corporations in Nigeria, that's an amazing feat for a woman to reach. You know.
All right.
No, any last words from anybody?
No.
Deep diver.
I was here.
Deep. Yes, you don't go talk. Okay, guys. It was an amazing time. It was an amazing conversation. And we want to also thank our viewers, everyone who has taken time to view our content, to support the podcast, to follow, like, subscribe, and tag us in your comments. We appreciate you guys. We see your comments coming in. We see the thumbs up you give us. And of course, we do this because of you guys. So we want to thank you guys for supporting us and streaming us and all of those things you do. We're going to see you guys in the next episode. So stay safe, be cool, and please don't sleep your way to the top.
Don't.
Don't.
All
Just
right,
be a
guys.
healer.
Peace. Let's go. Be a healer.